Listen to me. If you are sitting there right now, about to turn 62, 65, or 67, and you are staring at that Social Security application asking yourself, should I take my check right now, or should I wait? I need you to stop what you are doing, sit down, and listen very carefully to what I am about to tell you. Because the choice you make right here, right now, about when to claim your Social Security benefits is going to dictate your financial security, your freedom, and your peace of mind for the next 20, 30, or even 40 years of your life. And too many of you, far too many of you, are making this decision out of fear, out of panic, or simply because you think, hey, it's my money and I want it now. I get it. I understand the emotional pull. You worked hard for 40 years, paying into the system with every single paycheck, and you feel like the moment you hit age 62, you should grab what's yours. You have fears creeping into your mind late at night. You ask yourself, what if I die early and leave money on the table? What if the government changes the rules? What if Social Security runs out of money? Or maybe you are terrified of another stock market crash, inflation eating away your savings, or watching your nest egg shrink while health costs skyrocket. So let's break down the truth about delaying Social Security benefits, plain and simple. If you were born in 1960 or later, your full retirement age, what we call FRA, is 67 years old. That is the age where you are entitled to collect 100% of your full monthly primary insurance amount. Now, if you choose to take your benefit at the earliest possible age of 62, do you know what happens? Your monthly check gets permanently slashed by up to 30%. That is a permanent 30% haircut on your guaranteed monthly income for the rest of your life. If your full benefit at age 67 was going to be $2,000 a month, taking it at 62 means you walk away with just $1,400 a month. You are giving up $600 every single month, year after year, for as long as you live. Now let's look at what happens if you do the exact opposite and wait. If you hold off past your full retirement age of 67, the Social Security Administration rewards you with what are called delayed retirement credits. For every single year you delay claiming past age 67, up until age 70, your benefit increases by a guaranteed 8% per year. That is 2/3 of 1% for every single month you wait. I want you to think about that number, an 8% simple annual return. Where in the financial world can you get a guaranteed, risk-free, inflation-adjusted 8% return backed by the United States federal government? You cannot get it in certificates of deposit, you cannot get it in money market accounts, and you certainly cannot get guaranteed 8% returns in the stock market without taking on massive risk. If you delay from age 67 to age 70, your benefit jumps by 24%. That $2,000 monthly check at age 67 turns into $2,480 a month at age 70. And guess what? Every future cost of living adjustment, every COLA increase given by the government to combat inflation, will be calculated on that larger base check. So not only is your base check 24% bigger, but every annual raise you get for the rest of your life is bigger, too. Now, I hear some of you screaming through the screen right now. Let's talk about the break-even math, because this is where people trip up. Yes, mathematically, if you calculate the total dollars collected, the break-even point where delaying past 67 yields more cumulative lifetime dollars usually happens somewhere between age 78 and 82. Longevity is one of the greatest financial risks in retirement. With modern medicine and healthier lifestyles, if you reach age 65 today in good health, there is a very high probability that you or your spouse will live into your late 80s or 90s. When you are 85 years old, your retirement savings in your IRA or 401k might be running low. However, I am always about reality. There are specific situations where taking Social Security earlier does make sense, and I want to be crystal clear on this so you can evaluate your exact situation. First, your health. If you have been diagnosed with a severe, terminal illness, or if you have a family history where longevity is simply not on the table, then taking your benefits earlier, at 62 or at your full retirement age, makes absolute sense. Why? Because in that specific case, maximizing total lifetime dollars means collecting sooner. Second, absolute financial necessity. If you have lost your job, you have no other stream of income, you have no savings left, and taking Social Security at age 62 is the only thing keeping food on the table and a roof over your head, then you take it. You do what you have to do to survive today. Third, if you are the lower-earning spouse in a marriage. Social Security strategy in a marriage is a team sport. If you are married, the higher-earning spouse's benefit decision is critical because of survivor benefits. When one spouse passes away, the smaller Social Security check disappears, and the surviving spouse continues to receive the larger of the two checks. Therefore, if you are the higher earner, delaying your benefit until age 70 isn't just an investment for you, it is an act of love and protection for your spouse. So, how do you bridge the gap if you decide to delay? How do you afford to wait until age 67 or 70 if you stop working at 62 or 65? This is where your actionable takeaway comes in. You create a bridge strategy. Instead of claiming Social Security at 62, you draw down from your taxable brokerage accounts, your traditional IRAs, or your 401(k)s to cover your living expenses between age 62 and 70. Ask yourself these 4 essential questions right now. 1. What is my health status and expected longevity? 2. Am I the higher earner or the lower earner in my marriage? 3. Do I have alternative assets in my 401(k) or IRA that can bridge the gap so I can let my Social Security check grow by 8% a year? And 4. Am I making this decision out of clear mathematical logic or out of emotional fear? You have worked too hard, for too many years, to settle for less than you deserve. Be smart, make a plan, protect your future self, and remember, people first, then money, then things. Now go out there and make the right move for your retirement.